Lots of companies make mistakes. Some mistakes just turn out to be more costly than others. Take Yahoo, for example. In 1998, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, who were the small owners of a small startup, Google, and offered Yahoo to buy their company for $1 million. The reason for this deal was to resume their studies, but at that time, Yahoo did not feel that the company could prosper or was worth something, so it declined the offer. But Google is worth more than $900 billion today, and doubling down on refusing to themselves being acquired by Microsoft in 2008 for over $44 billion. But in 2016, Yahoo was sold to Verizon for a little over $4 billion. In the case of American Airlines, in 1981 they introduced a new program called AA AirPass as a means to secure a much-needed cash injection after the airline had been hit hard by the Airline Deregulation Act of 1978. American Airlines' former president, Robert Crandall, wanted to cut costs dramatically and rebuild the airline from the ground up. With high interest rates at the time, the airline came up with an alternative way to try and raise quick cash by offering unlimited first-class tickets for life. The program initially enabled pass holders unlimited first-class travel on any of the airline's flights worldwide. The lifetime membership was priced at $250,000, with the option to purchase a companion pass for an additional $150,000. A total AA AirPasses are reported to have been sold under the unlimited travel conditions to the legend Michael Dell, baseball player Willie Mays, and America's Cup winner Dennis Conner among those who purchased the passes. And one who caught the attention of everybody at the time is Steve Rothstein. Rothstein, a successful stockbroker, also purchased the AA AirPass for a fee of $250,000 and a companion pass for an additional $150,000, which brings the total amount to $400,000. Steve really wanted to get his money's worth, from making trips all around the world to flying to different cities just for a sandwich. The then investment banker did it all. Well, the impressive part is that he gave away his frequent flyer miles to others. Yes, all 40 million miles. What's even better? On several occasions, he gave away his companion seat to random strangers who were in need of help. The pass also made it possible for Steve to take his son to various sporting events all over the country. His daughter was able to go to an excellent boarding school in Switzerland, and frequent visits were made easy when the travel was free. He'd regularly visit Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island to spend time with an old college friend. One time he flew to Detroit, rented a car, and drove to Canada to have some lunch and do a bit of shopping, flying back home in time for dinner. In probably his busiest month of air travel, Steve took 18 flights in July of 2004 alone, traveling to Nova Scotia, Maine, London, Los Angeles, and Denver, some of them several times over. The complexity of such itineraries would stump most travelers. Happily for AA AirPass holders, American provided elite agents to be able to solve the toughest booking puzzles. They could help AA AirPass customers make multiple reservations in case they missed a flight, or nab the last seat on the only plane leaving during a snowstorm. Some say agents even procured extra elbow room by booking an empty seat using a phony name on companion passes. Here are some numbers for you to show what Steve did over the time he had the pass. Number of flights, 10,000. Miles traveled, 10 million. Trips to England, 500. Trips to Tokyo, 120. Trips to Australia, 70. Impressive, isn't it? For example, he gave his companion seat to a desperate woman to get home after her babysitter hadn't showed up, leaving her children alone. And anytime he saw someone in need of a flight, he would give them a free ride. To make sure there would be a seat available for a needy person, Steve started booking flights for companions under fake names such as Bag Rothstein. If he couldn't find anyone who needed a flight, he would simply cancel the reservation. Yet for all his generosity, someone wasn't pleased with what Steve was doing. Though he'd paid American Airlines $400,000 for his personal and companion AA AirPasses, he was costing the airline much more than that with travel, millions more in fact. According to them, Stevens' travels had cost the airline upwards of $21 million. Naturally, American Airlines wanted to put a stop to the loss of money, but unfortunately, Steve was just using the service he'd paid for all those years ago. Then, in 2008, American Airlines hired private detectives to look into Stephen's air travel. The detectives discovered Stephen's philanthropic use of his companion pass. They were able to prove that in less than 4 years, he'd made 3,009 reservations but had canceled 2,523 of those reservations. They accused Steve of fraud and used it as a pretense to take his AA AirPass away. On December 13, 2008, Rothstein checked in at Chicago O'Hare International Airport with a friend for a flight to Bosnia. A letter from the airline was hand-delivered to him at the airport, informing him that the pass had been terminated. The airline ended sales of the unlimited passes in 1994, except for a one-time offer in the 2004 Neiman Marcus Christmas catalog at a price of $3 million for the pass and $2 million for a companion pass, but none were sold. I hope you found this video interesting. If you are new to this channel, consider to subscribe and hit the notification bell icon. Thanks for watching.